Welcome to Vaidyanath Aiyar Memorial Lecture on using dynamic willpower for all-round success. The session will be handled by Swamiji Pavitranandagiri. May I now request the Swamiji along with Padmanabhan sir and Dr. T. Paramasivan sir to occupy the dais. As a mark of respect to our mother institute, let us rise for ICI motto. Thank you, delegates. May I now request Dr. T. Paramasivan, Joint Director, SARC of ICI, to brief about S. Vaidyanath Aiyar Memorial Lecture.
Thank you, Rahman. I am privileged and honored to introduce a legend like S. Vaidyanath Aiyar. Sri S. Vaidyanath Aiyar was born on 28th December 1901. He graduated from Presidency College, University of Madras, and became GDA in 1926. He was a fellow member of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. He was articled with Mrs. Aiyar and Company, Lahore, and migrated to Delhi before partition. Sri Aiyar founded the firm of Messrs. S. Vaidyanath Aiyar and Company, Chartered Accountants, in 1934. He was a member of the Council of the Institute during the period 1952 to February 1959, and the President of the Institute during the year 1957-58 and part of the year 1958 and 59, and died in Harness on 5th February 1959. Sri Vaidyanath Aiyar had held offices, among others, as Administrator of the Tropical Insurance Company Limited, the Servants of India Insurance Company Limited, a member of the Faculty of Social Sciences in University of Delhi, a member of the University's Committee of Courses and Studies in Commerce, and of the Committee of Courses and Studies in Business Management, a member of the committee set up to advise on the fixation of wages for working journalists. He was a director of a few journalists and publishing concern, and was an editor of the Chartered Accountant for many years. Ladies and gentlemen, in his honor and memory, the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India instituted S. Vaidyanath Aiyar Memorial Fund. By creating a corpus in the year 1960, the corpus receives life and annual membership through voluntary contribution from the members of ICAI. Under its aegis, memorial lectures are held every year at all 5 regional councils of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of India. The fund also helps CA students by providing scholarships. The SIRC has been inviting very prominent speakers, not only to speak on the subject areas like a CP program, but which are relevant for work-life balance. And this year, coinciding with the that celebrates the centenary celebrations of the Swamiji, and we have fortunate to have Swamiji to speak on a topic using dynamic willpower for all-round success. Because I was introducing about our institute and about the Chartered Accountancy Fraternity to the Swamiji. Swamiji, once again, let me have the privilege of introducing the Institute. Institute of Chartered Accountants of India is the second largest professional accounting body in the entire world. The Institute of the Chartered Accountancy profession having professional institutions in around 150 countries throughout the world. The Institute of Chartered Accountants of India is a founder member of bodies like International Federation of Accountants. We are the second largest professional accounting body, and we are having around 280,000 members, popularly known as Chartered Accountants and fondly called as auditors, Chartered Accountants. And many of majority after more or less 50% of them are in practice and 50% of them in industry, more or less. And we are having the student strength of around 13 lakhs students and the effective students of around 9 lakh students. In terms of the student strength and in terms of a single academic course, Institute of Chartered Accountants is the largest professional accounting body in the entire world. And with these few remarks, I hand over to our Vasu sir to introduce your good sir.
Good evening, everyone. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the chief guest for this evening, Swami Pavitrananda Giri. I'd like to read a brief profile about Swamiji. Swamiji grew up in Malaysia, where he completed his BA in economics, specializing in public administration. He served with the Malaysian Administrative Service with distinction as an Under-Secretary to the Ministry of Defence for the Malaysian Navy for 10 years. He then traveled extensively in Europe, USA, and Southeast Asia. For his pioneering work in the Malaysian Navy, he was invited by the US military to study resource management. There, he completed a graduate degree with honors from the US Naval Academy in California, USA. Swamiji read the autobiography of a yogi in 1989 and was attracted towards the teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda. In 1993, Swamiji was considering pursuing graduate studies at the University of California in Los Angeles, but instead chose to join the YSS monastic path. Swamiji has served in YSS ashrams in various capacities, including the YSS Editorial and Publications Department and the training of new monks. Swamiji has been a monk for over 24 years and has traveled all over India to disseminate Paramahansa Yoganandaji's Kriya Yoga teachings. With that, we'd like to honor Swamiji with a shawl as a token of our appreciation. C.A. Padmanabhan, could you please honor Swamiji with a shawl? Thank you. Without further ado, we are now privileged to have Swamiji talk about the topic for today's discussion, which is using dynamic willpower for all-round success. We invite Swamiji to take the dais as well as the presentation. Thank you so much, Swamiji.
Good evening. I am indeed honored to be here in this esteemed institution. When I heard that I have to give a talk here on dynamic will and success, I remembered an idiom: to bring coal to Newcastle. Who am I to talk to you about willpower? Who am I to talk to you about success? You are people of success. You have willpower. However, because I was given this privilege to share some of the thoughts that I have gathered from my Guru, Paramahansa Yogananda, and my life with him for the last 30 years, I thought some of it might be useful to you. So I'll try to make it as interesting as possible, because Dr. Paramasivam, Joint Director, told me that you all are very busy people, right? And I heard that tax audit schedule, you all were working on it, it got extended till October, what date? So that gave some space for some of you to come. So I'm so happy that this extension is given to you. And I will try as much as possible to present my talk in a very easy, simple manner. And I would like to thank the Southern India Regional Council of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India for giving me this privilege. Before I start to talk, I was told that I can give a small video presentation about my Guru and the organization that he founded, Yogoda Satsanga Society of India. The significant part of this slideshow is that the government of India, knowing what Paramahansa Yogananda has contributed to humanity, they are sponsoring throughout India for 1 year all talks, many projects, distribution of books, and a lot of other things. They want to disseminate the teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda. This is a very quick slideshow. How many of you here have read the book Autobiography of a Yogi? Okay. This is a very powerful book. It's a spiritual masterpiece. Through this book, Paramahansa Yogananda has introduced himself to millions. And this book has been selected as one of the most important spiritual books of the 20th century, translated into 50 languages. The beauty about this book is it has changed the lives of millions. And I, standing here, I was working as a government officer in Malaysia. After reading this book, my life has changed. And it has brought to me to today here. I'm standing in front of you as a monk. This is the book that has changed the life of so many, including myself. And also, many famous personalities have read this book. I would like to share a small video clipping from an award-winning movie, Awake. And in this video clipping, you can see that some of the personalities, how the book has affected them.
I distinctly remember the excitement of meeting Swami Yogananda. It was straight from the heart. He looked strange, like a woman with long hair, but I remember his powerful eyes. He created such a stir.
And I, Paramahansa Yogananda, am praying. Pray with me. Bless me that with the awakening dawn, I may awaken all souls with my own and bring them.
While I was in India, I was with Ravi Shankar. He gave me an autobiography of a yogi. Just looked at the cover and he just zapped me with his eyes. I mean, I can't imagine if I hadn't read that, probably wouldn't have a life. Really. Yeah, I probably would have kicked the bucket, or I'd just be, some horrible person with a pointless life. It just gave meaning to life.
Steve Jobs apparently had only one book on his iPad. Lo and behold, that book turns out to be the autobiography of a yogi.
I don't think I need to introduce this personality. After reading that book, Autobiography Yogi, he tweeted that I love this book, and he has challenged that those who read this book, their thoughts and ideologies will be challenged. He has mentioned this. So to promote this book, we have some free copies outside, and ebook also. Government of India is sponsoring the distribution of that Autobiography Yogi, and which is a hard print, and also an ebook. They are all free. You can download them freely. And I think in Tamil Nadu, this personality is very popularly known. I want to show a video clipping that we took of his talk, releasing one book in our book release in Chennai, a book titled Divine Romance, Deviga Kadal.
யோகானந்தர் அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு மகான்கள் பொறுக்கிறது ரொம்ப அபூர்வம். அது ஆண்டவருடைய அருளால அவங்க பொறுக்க. ராமகிருஷ்ண பரமஹம்சர் ஒரு கதை சொல்லுவாங்க. அதாவது எல்லா திசைக்கும் போயிட்டு போது ஒரு பெரிய செவரு, அந்த செவர் மேலே ஏறுறது ரொம்ப கஷ்டம். அதுக்கு ஒரு டெக்னிக் இருக்கு. சில பேர் தான் அந்த செவர் மேலே ஏற முடியும். அந்த செவர் மேலே ஏறிட்டு ஒரு ஏறிட்டு அந்த பக்கம் பார்த்துட்டு ஓ மை காட் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ஜம்ப் பண்ணிருப்பாங்க. இன்னொருத்தவங்க ஏறுவான், ஏறிட்டு ஓ மை காட் வாட் இஸ் சீன் ஆஃப் டபால் குதிச்சிருவாங்க. கீழே என்னையா இது ஒன்றும் சொல்ல மாட்டேங்கிறாங்க, எதுக்குற மாதிரிலாம் அப்படியே குதிச்சிருவான். பார்த்தா மேலே போற ஓ மை காட் வாட் இஸ் சீ அப்படி குதிச்சிருவாங்க. இதுல ஒருத்தன் மேலே வந்தான். அது மேலே வந்துட்டு இது இங்கன்னு இருக்கு, இப்படி இருக்கு, அங்க இது தெரியுது, அங்க குளம் இருக்கு, அங்க அர்மனை இருக்கு அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அது ஒரு செயின்ட். எத்தனையோ செயின்ஸுங்க. சில செயின்ஸ் அவங்க ஆத்ம சாட்சாத்காரத்தை ரியலைஸ் ஆன பிறகு வெளியே சொல்ல மாட்டாங்க, அப்படியே ஆண்டோட இயக்கமாயிடுவாங்க. சில பேர் அங்கே உட்காந்துட்டு இப்படி இருக்கு, இப்படி செய்யணும், இப்படி சொல்லணும் அப்படியே சொல்லுவாங்க. சில பேர் கீழே இறங்கி உங்களுக்கு ட்ரைனிங் கொடுத்து உங்களையும் கூட்டிட்டு போய் மேலே போய் அந்த பக்கம் விடுவாங்க. அந்த கேட்டகரி தான் பரமஹம்ச யோகானந்தர்.
Rajinikanth was so inspired by the Autobiography Yogi. From that book, he made a movie, Baba. I think some of you must have seen this movie. In this movie, he introduced Mahavatar Babaji. The special thing about Mahavatar Babaji is he brought the teaching of Himalayas, Kriya Yoga teaching, to the world here, right here, wherever we are living. These teachings that was only exclusively available for the yogis in the Himalayas, it was given to us by him. And it was he who chose Yogananji to spread the message of Kriya Yoga. And Swami Yukteswarji, who trained Yogananji, this is Yogananji's guru, he sent him to the west to spread Kriya Yoga. Paramahansaji went to USA in 1920 to give a talk in the International Congress of Religious Liberals. There his talk, The Science of Religion, was so well accepted that he was invited to talk all across USA. And in this talk, he introduced the teaching of yoga, Kriya Yoga, to the West. And he was called the father of yoga in the West. And in this teaching of Kriya Yoga, there are few techniques which we teach. One is the energization exercise techniques. This recharges the body with cosmic energy. The exercises are easy to follow. Anyone can practice them. And then it is very useful. Swami Sudananji taught this last week, and again we are going to teach this in our Kendra in Kilpak this coming Sunday, October 14th at 10 a.m. If you're interested, you can come, we can teach you. In addition to that, we have Hong Sau technique, which is a technique of concentration, and then Om technique, which is a technique of interiorization, And Kriya Yoga is a technique for finding our true self. And in this slide, you will see that Gandhiji took Kriya Yoga from Yogananji. And if you want to know detailed information about Kriya Yoga, please contact our volunteers. And when you take the free copy of the autobiography, read chapter 26, where it explains this technique is very unique. It says that in half a minute, if you practice that simple technique, you achieve the result of 1 year of deep meditation. It has cut short everything, given a straight highway, a powerful technique which you can learn if you are interested. And then we also do healing service for everybody. We heal ourselves, we heal others also. And Yogananji knew that the gurus are few, disciples are many. So all his teachings he has put together in a home study series of lessons which are sent to your home every month. It's so easy to follow. You read, you practice, then you can come to our centers. When we come, we will teach you and train you. And this slide, you will see that we have 200 centers in India. You are allowed, like one we have in Kilpak. If you are interested, you can come there and then they will teach you. And then last year was 100 years of Yogoda Satsanga Society of India, founded by Paramahansaji. And the main aim is to liberate man from his threefold sufferings: physical disease, mental inharmonies, and spiritual ignorance. 100 years of service was recognized by the government of India with the release of a stamp last year by our Prime Minister Narendra Modi in Delhi. During the release, Prime Minister said, Yogoda Satsanga successfully have kept the teachings of Yogananda without any dilution or diversion. And this was possible by dedicated monks who have given their lives. And this is a photo of our monks in the ashram. They live in 4 ashrams in India, one in Ranchi, one in Dakshineshwar, one in Dwarhat, one in Noida. From here, the teaching is spread. I live in Ranchi, so I am here for this talk. And our president lives in USA. His name is Swami Chidananda Giri. And our international headquarters is in Los Angeles, California. And Paramahansaji knew when he is going to leave the body, he has to leave some legacy for others who are coming after him. There are many things he left. The great thing were the books that he wrote. And if you see, he gave commentary on 3 major books. The Bhagavad Gita, the Second Coming of Christ, which is Bible, and the Wine of Mystic. He showed to the world that all the prophets have said the same thing. And these 3 books are so powerful, especially the Bhagavad Gita, where the President of India came to release the Hindi translation of this book in our ashram in Ranchi. And we also do lot of services. We do lot of charity. That is one of our Guru's aims. And we do relief work, we do medical camps, we do a lot of charity for the needy and the poor, and we run many educational institutes all over India. And this is a map showing how we are spread all across the world. And testimonies from saints, the Chandrasekhar Saraswati said about Yogananji, as a bright light shining in the midst of darkness, so was Yogananji's presence in this world. Such a great soul comes on earth only rarely, when there is a real need among men. Shivananji also gave a very powerful tribute. He said, a rare gem of inestimable value, the like of whom the world is yet to witness. Sri Paramahansa Yogananda has been an ideal representative of the ancient sages and seers, the glory of India. Guruji also visited Ramana Maharishi in Tiruvannamalai, where they had exchanged some spiritual thoughts. In the end, I just want to show a small video clipping. The true message of Paramahansa Yogananda is conveyed in this video clipping.
The very essence of Paramahansa Yogananda's message is that we might know that the image of God is within ourselves and others. As he once said, if you contact God within yourself, you will know that he is in everyone and that he has become the children of all races. Then you cannot be an enemy to anyone. If the whole world could love with that universal love, there would be no need for men to arm themselves against one another. By our own Christ-like example, we must bring unity among all religions, all nations, all races.
Thank you for patiently watching this video presentation. If you have any questions, our volunteers will be outside. You may contact us after this event. Now we will come to the talk. Was the video presentation useful, informative? So I'm sorry I had to rush a little bit because I didn't know how much you wanted to know. It's about 20 minutes. It really doesn't show what we are. So I thought I'll put this together to get some general idea what we are, who is Paramahansa Yoganandaji. Now coming to our topic, using dynamic willpower to achieve success. As I told you earlier, I don't know whether I am qualified to talk to you on this topic, but I'll try my best. Before I start, I'll share with you a story. When I was being trained to become an administrative officer in the government of Malaysia, we have a training period. In one of the training period, it's an outbound training school. It's a very intense. They test you to the limit to see how you perform. One day in this training, we were to do kayaking. You all know kayaking, I hope. It's a small fiberglass boat. Two people can sit in. We were 48 students, trainees, and the instructor came and said, choose your partner. Now everyone selected their partner except me. No one selected me. Can you guess why? Because I was really fat. I have lost weight now. At that time I was fat. They did not choose me. Can you guess why? Because how can I move this fat fella in the kayak? Because the partner has to row harder to move me. And by default, I got a partner who's double my weight. It's a default. Nobody chose him, nobody chose me. I decided, his name is Lawrence, I say, Lawrence, let's show these people who are we, what we can do. We determined that we will show to them that we can really row the kayak fast. All the other participants were laughing at us when we got into the kayak. They were thinking it will sink with two fat guys. Okay, we got in. Fortunately, it didn't sink. And then we started kayaking. Deep sea, it's a deep sea kayaking. 3 days, we had to go each day one island. During the kayaking, we were 1 kilometer ahead of the rest of the participants. 1 kilometer ahead. The instructor has to chase us by motorboat and tell us, slow down guys. The others are far behind. We pretend to slow down. Then when the motorboat goes, we start kayaking fast. We reached that island far, far ahead of the rest of the group. When they arrived, they were all putting their head down because they underestimated our capacity. I learned a lesson that day. You fix what you can do. Bring the will and materialize it. I proved, my partner Lawrence proved. I never forgot that. It's all here. If you have determined to do something, the will is generated. So I wanted to show how the will can be harnessed to do something spectacular beyond your own imagination, your beliefs. It can do wonders. Now, a wish, I'm defining what is willpower. I think most of you know, but let it be little academic here. A wish is a desire that you think cannot come true. Will is a motivated desire plus application of energy to bring the desire to fruition, materializing the desire. Now, I want to do a small demonstration to all of you. Please participate. This will illustrate to you how you can control your willpower. Willpower is something tangible, something that you can generate. So please cooperate with me, participate with me. It proved to me something that I never believed I can control. Okay, lift your left hand to this side, this way, please. Okay, put your right hand on top. Now, without bringing the left hand down, just imagine the right hand has a 1 kg weight. Okay? Now, increase the weight to 2 kg. But don't bring the left hand down. Now, increase the weight to 3 kg. With the right hand pressing the left hand. Now, increase the weight to 4 kg. Increase the weight to 5 kg. Increase the weight to 6 kg. Now, relax the weight, reduce the weight to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, bring your hands down. See, this exercise has proved, as you increase the weight, what you are sending? Energy. So, the yogis and science have proved that energy can be controlled. You can increase it. Okay, this experiment shows that you can increase the willpower, and by increasing the willpower, you are increasing the energy in your body. So this is an experiment I wanted to show. Now there are many types of will. One is mechanical will. You get up in the morning, you have breakfast, then you go to office, you come back home, you have a cup of tea, you watch television, you take dinner, you go to bed. That's it. That is mechanical will. There is nothing the extra. Then psychological will. This will is manifested by the first born baby. The baby that is born, the first thing the baby does is what? The baby laughs or cries. This crying is because of the discomfort in the womb. Suddenly the baby wants to cry and feel that the baby is out of that confined space. This is psychological will. This will is very important because this psychological will is what takes us to the senses, sense comfort. It is also influences us to go into bad habit of drinking or drugs. This is very dangerous because this will paralyze our willpower. Now, unthinking will is when we are a kid, we listen to our parents, do this, don't do that. This unthinking will. We are in the training phase. Then comes blind will when we are youth. We want to experiment everything, blind will. I think most of you have crossed that period. So you look back, when we were young, I did that because it's blind. We didn't know what is right, what is wrong. Now, I'm coming to the main thing. Thinking will, which will be what we are going to talk now. This is very important. Thinking will is guided by wisdom. Okay? This thinking will is guided by wisdom. Now, coming to this wisdom guided will. We have to be very careful how we use the will. Inside us, there are two forces. Can you guess what are they? Okay, I will start. One is the good tendencies. The other one is bad tendencies. They are always competing. Always competing. Now, I'll tell you a story. One grandfather told his grandson that, look, daily inside you there are two wolves that are fighting. Then the grandson paused for some time. Then he asked the grandfather, "Grandfather, which one will win?" So, can you guess what the grandfather said?
Whatever you will.
Whatever you
Will. Whatever you will or whatever.
Whatever you will. Some more, keep trying. Because Dr. Paramasivam told me you make it interactive. Can you guess which of these two wolves? One is a good wolf, one is a bad wolf, fighting every day. Which one wins?
Mostly bad.
Keep trying. Somebody might get the right answer. Which?
Our willpower, we have to decide which one we are. It's up to us.
Which one you feed?
What you feed.
Oh, correct answer. The one that you feed. You know, it's a very powerful story. Be careful what force we are feeding. Is it the will, the good force or the bad force? So, it all depends to which one we are giving our attention, our energy. The more you feed that bad tendency, that is what going to dictate your will. That is what going to control you. So we have to use the wisdom. If we are using wisdom guided will, we are always successful, we are always happy. Now I have a question. Feeding these tendencies, do we have a choice? Or we are just dictated by things around us? Do we have a choice?
We have a choice.
Correct answer. We have a choice. It is we who choose. So we have to choose wisely. We need that wisdom. Wisdom and will, I will explain very carefully here. It's like an artillery gun. When you want to fire the artillery, first you have to find where you want the artillery to drop. That's a range finder. Okay? Then you set, then you fire. So the range finder is the wisdom. And the firing that you do is the willpower. So you have to have a wisdom. If you fire wrongly, it's just a waste of time. Because your target is lost. So wisdom is very important, very useful. It guides our willpower. So we need wisdom. Now where to get this wisdom? You have to find the answer yourself, because that's not my topic for today. Okay? Now how do we, I think I will skip this part. How can you develop willpower? I think you all are experts in this. Okay? I should be learning from you. I'm going to skip that because I was told to become an exam, if you want to pass a CA exam. What is the percentage passing? 5%? 3%? less than 10. And Dr. Paramasivam was telling, it's very tough, very difficult. So you have succeeded. So I feel I am going to skip that part of the my talk. I am going to tell something else, which will be useful because the Joint Director told me, tell something that they can use in their daily life also. So, there is one way we can bring that will. We need will, right? Without willpower, we cannot operate. How to increase the flow? Can anyone guess how can we increase the flow of the willpower? Try, you will be always right. I will never say you're wrong, okay? Keep trying. Don't be shy.
Positive thoughts.
Positive, yes, correct. Positive should. Yes.
Self-confidence.
Self-confidence, correct. Some more?
Motivation.
Motivation, correct.
Continuous practice.
Continuous practice, some more?
Affirmation.
Affirmation, right.
Training.
Training, right.
Avoiding negative thoughts.
Yes. Avoiding negative thoughts, I agree.
Meditation.
Meditation, all these are right. Everything is right. I have selected a word, willingness. If you're willing, the will be operated. You will enjoy that, what you're doing. You're willing. You want to do it. You get satisfaction. You're very passionate about it. It drives you. It drove you to become a chartered accountant. Am I right? You succeeded because you're passionate. You wanted to do it. That willingness. You went the extra mile and you became a chartered accountant. I'll tell you a small story. Shall I tell?
Yes.
Sorry, it is about my story because I can, because it's my story. You might not know. You might have not read outside. Okay. I was in this training which I told you. That day we were put into a military training. The military dropped us in the middle of a jungle. It is pitch dark. We cannot use any light because if you use a light, you will be shot by the enemy. So we cannot use light. We have to read the map. We have to see the compass and find our way back to the base. If we fail the training. It was thick, tropical jungle, Malaysia. It's so thick. We have to cut it slowly, push wherever we can. We don't have to cut because the enemy can hear the noise. So we had to really, thorns were there, the creepers were there. And then walking, we were so tired, you believe me, I was sleeping with water to my neck. I'm holding my gun and sleeping. So tired. Then we finished that training. We halted for lunch on a beach. We were all so tired. We told the commandant, please, we beg you, that we are civilians, we are not military personnel. We cannot walk the next 10 kilometers. Can you please cut that program short? We were all tired. Commandant called the headquarters. Headquarters said, yes, they can come back, but vehicle will take 2 hours to reach to pick them up. We were on a beach. And what is in front of us? Sea. Then we asked the commandant, can we swim? Because 2 hours. He said, yeah, sure, no problem. Believe me, first time in my life, I realized when I was swimming, a guy who cannot put the next step forward, swimming, playing water polo, running here, running. When I came back from that, I was sitting back in the vehicle to go back to the camp. I said, man, what happened? Where did that energy came? Where did the willpower came? Willingness. I was enjoying it. So, whatever you are doing, if you can create that enjoyment, that passion, that willingness, you can do anything. Your will can accomplish anything that you want. Is this story okay for you? Useful? So you must find what you like to enjoy in that positive, constructive way. And can you tell me, is there any difference between these two words? I won't, I can't.
Yes.
Is this same or different? Why it's totally different? What is the difference?
Wanting and not wanting.
Yes. Simple as that. I won't. I can't. You know the answer for that yourself. Dr. Paramasivam was telling, too much distraction nowadays. Our time when we were youngsters, there was no mobile, right? No internet, no TV, cable TV, whatever. But now so much distractions. So we have to be very careful. We should not let them distract us and take us away from what is our original goal. Now, one more thing, it is easy to do the wrong things that are harmful to us, but it is difficult to do the good things. Sometimes this is the way Maya plays games with us. And coming to Maya and coming to willpower, we are always or most of the time in a very unfavorable situation. You know, in the Mahabharata, you know the personality Sakuni? You all know, isn't it? What is he famous for? What is his expertise? Dice. Cunning. He can just flick that die to win. See, every throw, we are tempted and we gamble. We lose one by one. We lose the kingdom of peace. We lose the kingdom of happiness. We lose the kingdom of joy. One by one, this delusion, this Maya catches us. One by one. So when a dice is thrown at us, be careful. Something is there tricking. Something is hidden there. You have to use your wisdom. Whether you want that, whether you need that. Want and need, is it different or same?
Different.
Different. So you use the wisdom. I need it, I want it. Okay? Now, shall we practice an affirmation? Someone said about affirmation. Can you participate? Okay, this is a very powerful affirmation which we in the ashram use it as a prayer and as an affirmation. I will tell you have to repeat loudly, and then slowly it will become a whisper and then a mental whisper. Okay? We'll start now. Repeat with me. God, I will reason, I will, I will act. But guide thou my reason, will, and activity to the right thing that I should do. God, I will reason, I will, I will act. But guide thou my reason, will, and activity to the right thing that I should do. God, I will reason, I will, I will act. But guide thou my reason, will, and activity to the right thing that I should do. God, I will reason, I will, I will act. But guide thou my reason, will, and activity to the right thing that I should do. Okay. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you for participating. This is a very powerful affirmation. Whenever, wherever you have to do something important, use this affirmation. You will get a divine help from another power. Now I just felt that one more thing that I know you all are expert in this, but I have prepared it. I wanted to share, maybe it might be useful to some of you. Perseverance. This is the key to success. Perseverance and dynamic will has a link. You know, most of the time we just give up halfway because we feel that we cannot go that extra step, or we feel that no, I think I cannot succeed, so we stop before we complete what we wanted to do. In this, my guru has told a story, 2 frogs in trouble. 2 frogs fell in a pail of milk, and both were trying to come out. They were just kicking, but still they're going round and round in the pail of milk. One frog said, I am giving up. There's no hope. It drowned itself and died. The other frog said, no, till there is life in me, till there is breath in me, I am going to try, keep trying. And finally, when it was kicking, what happened to the milk? What it became? Butter. And it started floating. It's solid. The frog just jumped out of the pail of milk. So this story is very powerful. So never give up. It is better to die struggling than to abandon your effort while there is still a possibility of accomplishing something more. For even when death comes, your struggles must soon be renewed in another life. See, there is no end, it's continued. Your effort is not ending there, it is continued to the next life. And there is another story about 2 frogs. They fall in a pit, and then the other frogs on the surface told them, hey, you have no chance of coming out of this, give up. Don't try, wasting your time, your life, your fate is doomed. No, they tried jumping. One of them gave up. He said, no, I think they are saying I cannot escape, so he died. The other frog somehow jumped and came out. Now, the frogs on the surface, they were surprised. How did you do that? Then this frog said, I thought you were saying that I can make it. So I thought you were motivating me. So I jumped higher and higher and I came out. And the beauty about this frog that came out was it's deaf. It cannot hear properly. This story is very important. We are discouraged by our environment, peers. So be careful what environment you are choosing. They can influence your will. So you have to choose your environment carefully. So far, is it okay for you or it's boring?
Yes, good.
Good? Okay, shall I continue?
Yes, please.
No, I feel some of you like, oh my God, what is he talking about? Frogs and this and that. Because I felt some of it I have to illustrate with some illustration. Okay? And there is a quote from my guru, the season of failure is the best time for sowing the seeds of success. Beautiful, isn't it? Always try once more. There's just one more punch, you can bring that other person down. So keep trying, keep working, you can succeed. Okay? And Guruji says, new efforts after failure bring true growth. This is another story I read, very powerful. A notice on the front door of a company said, yesterday the person who has been hindering your growth in this company passed away. We invite you to join the funeral in the room that has been prepared in the gym. Then everyone said, who is this guy who was hindering my progress in this company? I must see him. So they all went, queued up. One by one they went to the coffin, they peeped in. Everybody was shocked and they walked away. I think some of you have read this story, right? Yes? What was there in the coffin?
Mirror.
Mirror. Who was reflected? Ourselves. The moral of the story is we are the only one who are hindering our progress. So we must know that. Now I have a small demo. Can you guess what is the weight of this water? Glass of water? Please guess. 200 grams? 100 grams? 150 grams? Some more? Keep trying. You might get a jackpot. Okay. It's relative.
Depends on the force of gravity.
Depends on the force of gravity. See, it is relative. It depends on how long I am holding this glass of water. If I hold for a few minutes, okay. If I hold for 5 hours, what's going to happen to my arm? It's going to pain. If I hold for a day, it's going to hurt. If I hold for longer, it might paralyze my arms. Now, this is a simile for the worries that we carry in our mind, the stress, the anxiety, the fear that we carry. The longer we hold, it's going to harm us. Am I right? So what to do now? Drink it somehow? Drop it? Keep it down. Okay, now we are coming to this part of the talk where I am here. How to keep it down? How to rest the worries? How to rest the stress? How to diffuse it? I have a way. I have found it so useful. Can somebody guess what I am going to say? Meditation. Yes, I am not joking. I am serious. 30 years I am doing this. Powerful. When you meditate, you withdraw your consciousness so deep inside. It's like when a single-seater plane is flying, the pilot is flying, and a mouse is eating the pipe that is carrying the fuel to the engine. Now he has to do something quickly. If it cuts the fuel pipe, the engine going to stop and is going to crash. So can you guess how he is going to save himself?
By offering the food.
Offering the food, yes, some more?
Killing a rat.
Killing the rat, but he's flying the plane, He can't leave the cockpit.
He has to go first.
Simply he thought. He took the plane higher and higher. And there was so less oxygen, the rat died. And then he landed the plane safely. This is a very powerful story. When you meditate, these forces, the negative forces, the delusive forces, the forces that pull you down, they cannot touch you. You go into a consciousness of sphere where you are protected, where you go to the core of yourself, your soul, and from there you get all the wisdom you need, all the calmness you need, all the joy you need, all the understanding you need to operate your life. It takes you to a distance that you can never imagine. You can never imagine. So meditation is very powerful, and the scientists have discovered that meditation is very beneficial to everyone. You all agree or disagree? Agree?
Yes.
Science have proven. So why not you all try this also? If you're interested, you can let Dr. Paramasivam arrange a guided meditation. Actually, we can come again one more time and conduct this guide. Shall I do the guided meditation now?
Yes.
Do you have, how much time you have?
45 minutes.
How much time I have?
45 minutes.
Shall I do a guided meditation? You can experience something very useful. But I didn't want to do something that you are not ready to do, but now you are ready to do. Now sit straight. This is one of the spine straight. Sit with the spine straight. Your shoulder blades slightly turned backwards, so the chest comes forward, and your hands are on your thigh resting peacefully or on the armrest of the chair. And then gently bring your eyes to the point between the eyebrows. Don't strain your eyes, gently bring it up. The point between the eyebrows.
With eyes open or closed?
You can either keep it half closed or closed totally. You can it's your choice. When you raise your gaze upwards, normally you will see that your eyelids comes down. Either it's fully closed, half closed. Okay? Keep that gaze at that point without straining, and then relax your body. Let go of this world, thoughts, your problems, your work. Just relax, enjoy the peace. Now, inhale the breath to the count of 10 through your nose. Inhale the breath to count of 10. I am counting for you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold the breath inside for a count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release the breath. Exhale the breath to the count of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do this one more time, please, on your own. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Release the breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Next, tense the body. Inhale through the nose. A quick breath. Tense the body. Then exhale through the mouth and relax the body. Inhale and tense. Exhale and relax. Inhale and tense. Exhale and relax. One more time. Relax. Now, wait for the breath to come in. Watch the breath. Just keep watching the breath. As it comes in, watch with the eyes closed and your eyes are focused at the Kutastha. Watch the breath. As it comes, keep watching. And gently watch. It is going out, gently watch. Don't control it. Just be an observer. Be a witness of the breath. Keep watching. If your mind is wandering, bring it back to the breath. Watch the breath. Okay, now just forget about the breath. Just feel the peace and calmness and enjoy that. Just enjoy that peace and calmness as long as you can. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Now you can open your eyes. You will be surprised to know that sometimes we know that the peace, calmness and joy, they are right within us. It is not conditioned by the external things. It is right within us. We can experience them by a simple method of meditation. Now, meditation is something that connects us to a higher consciousness. Now, you all must be experts in this internet, right? There are now servers, iCloud, this and that. It's something similar. You're connecting to another superpower, a divine power. And you get, I'm using computer terminologies, you get a new operating system. You operate differently, you think differently. You get updates, you get antivirus. What else you can get? Firewall. Some more. What else? I think you all are experts, don't be shy. What else you get? Vasu?
Then you get update patches.
Patches, update patches, some more. You get new softwares. You get apps. Apps. You know, they are there. It's with the divine. If you meditate, he will drop one package, like that. Suddenly you see, oh, they say revelation, an experience. So you can tap into a superpower, a supercomputer through meditation, and you get a lot of things that are. Do you think this will be useful in your day-to-day life? Yes or no? Why not? Do you have to pay for this? Yes or no? Free. It's free. It's free download. It's free for us. But how many of us want to take it? It is so useful. It is so powerful. And it helps us in our day-to-day life. Just by sitting in silence, giving our consciousness, connecting to another power, you get so much, so much. Meditation. Have you seen a butterfly? Have you seen a butterfly? Have you seen a caterpillar? Are they same or different? Same? Initially? What about their character, their look, their habits? Are they same? Do you like a caterpillar or a butterfly? Because it's beautiful. It flies. It eats honey. Okay? Now, From a caterpillar to a butterfly, there is one more middle stage. Can you guess what is it? Pupa, the cocoon stage. This is meditation. You go inside, you go in silence, you go in stillness, you transform yourself. This transformation is so wonderful. So that is why we are here to promote this meditation. It is universal. There's no religion, no caste, no creed. It's for everybody. Meditation is universal. It is yoga. We are universal about our promotion of meditation. We just want everyone to experience this yoga benefits. So if you're interested, you can contact our center. We will be able to help you. One more tool that we can use for developing our willpower is self-analysis, introspection. Most of the time, you must have heard this, where they say that person is so busy sawing that he has no time for sharpening the saw. So introspection is sharpening the saw. Okay, now I'll tell you a story. There was this farmer who lost his precious watch in his barn. And then he was searching for it, he couldn't find. He was so depressed because that was gifted to him by his wife. So he came out of the barn, he saw some children playing. He said, "Look kids, if you find this watch I have lost, I'll reward you." Everyone started going in to search for this watch. They all left without any success, except at the end, one little boy came with the watch. Then the farmer was surprised. I searched, I did not find it. How did you find it? You know what the boy said? I think some of you know. Can you tell?
When we are silent, that tickles.
Ah, correct. He sat down. He didn't look for it. He sat down and waited for the tick, tick, tick sound. Then he went to where it is coming from and he found the watch. So why I am telling you, this is a very powerful story. Watch your thoughts. They become words. Watch your words. They become actions. Watch your actions. They become habits. Watch your habits. They become character. Watch your character, for it becomes your destiny. See, this is very powerful. At every level, you have to watch, watch, watch. Introspection. So if you keep watching, you know where is your strength and where is your weakness. And then you can build on your weakness, use your strength. Now we come to the almost end. How do we measure success? Can you help me? What is your yardstick to measure success? Peace of mind?
Self-satisfaction.
Sense-satisfaction? Self-satisfaction? Some more? Keep trying. Happiness? Some more? Wealth? Okay, some more? God realization? Soul realization? Good. Service? Okay, each one might have a choice of what is the yardstick to measure success. But for my talk, this is what I have found. Success should be measured by the yardstick of happiness, by your ability to remain in peaceful harmony with cosmic laws. Success is not rightly measured by the worldly standards of wealth, prestige, and power. None of these bestow happiness unless they are rightly used. So, someone said correctly, happiness. Whatever you do, wherever you use your willpower, if it brings happiness, you can be considered successful in life. Because that's the goal of life, honestly. And why I'm telling you this, I have to say this. I was so successful in my life. I had the highest position that one can possibly have for me, for my background. Good salary, good post, good family, health, everything. But I was not happy. I said, what is this? What's happening to me? I should be happy, but I am not. Because I put my yardstick on my position, my prestige, my income. But I realized it was not giving the happiness that I wanted. Then I sat down. I said, what is it? Where should I find this happiness? I got the answer. And I am here today as a monk because I found that the happiness that I was searching was right within me, and I have to go deep inside. So why I am telling you this, that we have to know who we are, where we have come from, why we are here, what is our role. All these answers are only possible from within yourself, that inquiry, that meditation, that introspection. This is what we have to do. The power to be happy comes through meditation. Now, I was talking to Padmanathanji, who is a CA. I don't know, fortunately or unfortunately, I had a very good teacher who was teaching me bookkeeping. Bookkeeping, correct? It was very elementary, right? And somehow he's such a good teacher, I got distinction in bookkeeping. When the exam was given, they gave me 1 hour. Within 25 minutes, my balance sheet is balancing. I said, what happened? I called the invigilator. I said, sir, see whether it's correct or not. He looked, he said, yeah, correct. Your balance sheet is correct. I got full mark for my bookkeeping. In life, we do also accounting. Profit and loss. What does profit and loss shows us? Padmanabhan, you said something. What was that?
Operating.
Operating?
Profit or loss.
Operating profit and loss. You have to see where you stand in life. Is your life profitable? Are you of any service to others? Are you helping others? That is one way you can measure. Is your life on a profit or on a loss? Then balance sheet. Balance sheet, what do you say for the moment?
Balance sheet.
Balance sheet, what do you say?
State of affairs.
State of?
Affairs.
State of affairs.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is the state of affairs? What is your balance sheet like? You have to check it out. You know, this world is so delusive. It never lets you think. Keeps you trapped in one after the other. You don't have time to pause. You don't have a time to pause and think, what's my life going? Where it is going? Which direction it's heading? What am I doing? Before it's too late. We are just gone. We just can't go back to relive that life. So, balance sheet. What does trial balance does? Huh?
It just makes sure that all your accounts are...
Entries are correct.
Correct.
It's accuracy.
Okay. Accuracy, okay. You know, I did little bit of bookkeeping. I am not as good as all of you, but they make sense. I tell devotees, look at your net profit. You're only thinking of your loss, but you're making profit also, here and there. See the net. Family problems are so much. Don't your husband do good things? Yeah. Your family, yeah. Why are you not looking at that? Life has good side and bad side. Look at both. See what is net. Tell me net. What is it? Net profit or loss? Invariably, I hear them saying net profit. Be happy. That's it. Life has both. Correct? Life has both. So what I'm trying to say, you have to do your own accounting. In conclusion, coming back to our topic, dynamic willpower, using dynamic willpower to achieve success. Nothing is impossible when will becomes dynamic. Choose a good, wholesome, constructive goal and then determine that you are going to achieve it. No matter how many times you fail, keep trying. No matter what happens, if you have unalterably resolved, the earth may be shattered, but I will keep on doing the best I can. You are using dynamic will and you will succeed. That dynamic will is what makes one man rich and another man strong and another man a saint. Dynamic will. So we all have it. We should tap into it, and it is our earnest prayer, my earnest prayer, that we all have to live a happy life. And Kurika, we have brought this book. It's going to be distributed free. Developing Dynamic Will. Please take it if you want. And we have also one more book called The Law of Success. Very useful for all of you. You may take and benefit from that. Anything else I have to say?
Questions you want to take from?
Any questions?
Do you want to take questions from?
Yeah. Any questions? But don't ask me difficult questions. I will run away. Okay? Because we had another session. A senior Swami was there with me. I was so happy. He answered all the questions. Today I am trapped. He is not here. So any questions? What are the conditions? The conditions are prerequisites are you just have to have a time, you have to have a place, and then you have to have the posture, then you have to have a sitting asana, then you have to have a method, how you going to do the meditation. And if you want more detail, that is a very vast subject. It's a huge subject. What I can do, Dr. Paramasivan, we can come and conduct one workshop here. Our devotees will do it for you. We will teach you a proper guided meditation if you all are interested, because that's a class by itself. It's very systematic. Okay, we'll do that for you. If you all, even 5-6 of you are here, we will come. Or you can come to our center in Kilpak. We will teach you there also. Okay, any more questions?
So what is the minimum time required?
It depends. You can 15 minutes, 20 minutes, half an hour, it's up to you. But you can start with, I would say 15 minutes is equally good. Start something better than nothing. Okay, yes, you have.
What is the relationship between dynamism and willpower?
Dynamism.
So willpower is something unalterable, strong.
Yes.
And dynamism is alteration.
What I understood was it's dynamic, you're using, it's a dynamic, it becomes so powerful. It's like, to push a rocket out of gravity, you need a huge propulsion, right? So that is the dynamic. It's powerful, it is strong, it is fixed, it's firm, unalterable. You decided you're going to succeed, then nothing can stop you. That's, yes?
You say will to do what? Because that is more important.
Will to do what?
Okay, I have will, but then to do what?
See, will to do what you think in life could be useful for you and for others.
That's very difficult. That's the difficult part, I believe. Because, okay, see, money, success, appointment, building house, but then ultimately they lead to nothing. You
Yes.
have money, then fine. Next what? Ultimately, that question is what is to be answered, that will to do what?
I would say very clearly, I will answer that question, but I didn't want to give you a correct answer. I have found the answer.
That's what I think.
The purpose, you all are not deep into this sadhana that I'm doing. When I read Paramahansa Yogananda's book, Autobiography Yogi, one statement, one sentence that changed my life and took my will to a different direction is, I repeat that sentence, the only purpose of life is to find God. That's it for me.
But the God is elusive.
Yeah, but for me, I felt that is my purpose, my will, that because it impacted me, because I found that is what going to give me happiness. I shifted my life, and I am in this path for 30 years. I'm talking from experience. It is worth it. It is what I wanted. I'm getting what I want, and it's taking me deeper and deeper. It's I would say there's no end. That what I'm going and seeking and finding, it's happiness, it's infinite. So what I'm saying, the will that I want to use is to find God. That's for me, it's personal. It's personal. You have a choice. You have to find. It's your choice.
So I think this objective of the human being itself is to see the God. That's how all the masters have said.
Need not, sir. One can be even an atheist.
Yeah. Free will. See, I love God. Can I share something? I love God for one thing. He never forced me to go after Him. He gave me free will. Honestly, I went after God because my father will tell me, do this, do that. But God never told me. He said, son, you're free to come to me. I loved Him. I said, oh, a creator, who has the power to force me to go to Him and bow to Him and follow Him. No, He gave me a free choice. I said, I will choose you because you're so humble, you're so kind, that you gave me an freedom to choose what I want. I can be anything. So this is personal. Sorry, I'm saying it's not applicable to all of you. It's personal. So I chose.
Is it an illusion?
Yeah, it's my choice. Okay, any more questions? I think the questions are becoming difficult. I'm shivering already, yes?
Is happiness inside or outside?
Happiness is... Okay, answer.
Inside.
How many of you say inside? Please raise your hands. I'm raising. Woo, you have an answer. It's inside.
According to you, body is in the form or without form?
Should I answer the question? I think for me, personally, I would say both. Because I see in both. My experience shows both. Form, formless. I connect both ways.
Example? When you say both form and formless, example for each?
It's very difficult to explain because it's an experience. It's something like...
No, you cannot show a paper with only one page. One page is in the form, one page is without form. Am I correct, sir?
How do you...
No, you cannot show a paper only with one page.
it's like both sides of a coin.
Okay, fine.
Both sides.
Anyway, I think these are very subjective questions. I leave it to each one of you. Anything else you have?
I think basically it is you have a form, then go from form to formless. I think this is what.
Yeah, but again, I'm sorry.
Another step.
I'm sorry. I cannot really. It's difficult to answer because it's an experience. I am sorry. I cannot put them in words because for me, I find both. I don't restrict to form or formless. I see in form, I see in formless also. So I see in a temple a Lord Shiva or Shivaling, I see God there. When I meditate, I experience joy, I experience peace, I feel God also. So I find it's omnipresent. So how can I limit God to this and not to that? So again, I'm sorry, I can say this much only, that for me, both are correct. I think we will end the session now. I think the question is becoming tough. Okay, any last question?
Sir, we think that we are in search of God. I'm telling God is searching us.
Yes.
In Tamil they say Magiruthu Magal.
Yes.
See, we are all God's creation.
Yes.
Some people are rich, some people suffer, some people are
Yes.
so on and so forth. God cannot come straight away and help people.
Yes.
It's people who help other person who are worried.
Yes.
So you make God happy because you are a messenger of God.
Yes.
So God is coming down to search you to find where you are.
Yes.
So we are not searching God. God is searching us.
Yes. Fine. I agree. He is. He is. He is.
How many are blessed?
Huh?
How many of us are blessed here?
All of us. All of us. All of us. See, again, I can conclude. See, I dedicated my life for that search. It's a journey worth taking. It's wonderful. It's wondrous. God, how can I explain? If I start, I will start crying. Because He's so compassionate, He's so loving, He's so caring, He's so helping. It's something that, it's a beautiful relationship. It's a relationship that I have given my life for. And he said, life after life, I have given everyone gift after gift. There is one gift that they can return to me, which I don't have. This is God's words, the gift of love. And He's saying that gift you can withhold or bestow on me. He's waiting. As you said rightly, He's waiting. If we bestow, we are the beneficiary. He takes you to a realm, a sphere, a spectrum, a world you can never imagine. It's so wonderful, so beautiful, full of love, full of kindness, full of compassion. It is, I am telling you very honestly and frankly, it is what we all must have. If it is something that we should give our time and energy. I know we all are busy, you all are especially busy with your families and all, but give some time for this person, this personality is wonderful. He talks to you. He talks to you. So, my humble request is, I cannot preach, you know. So you take, it's a free choice, and the books are there. You read that autobiography Yogi if you're interested, free copy. This copy is paid by the government of India, Ministry of Culture. They want to promote Paramahansaji's, and he has said, this is the last word that I want to say before I end. When he wrote the book, he said, anyone reading this book with sincerity will experience God. Try this book. Try, because it worked for me. So try this book and you will know whether God is form or formless. Okay, we'll have a moment of silence and we end. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Thank you for patiently listening to my talk.
We request 1 minute the participants to stay back to propose a formal vote of thanks, and we would like to present a memento to our Swamiji for sparing his valuable time. I request our CA Padmanabhan to come forward to present a memento to our Swamiji for his valuable time. On behalf of the SIRC, it is my honest privilege to propose a hearty vote of thanks to the Yohananda Satsang Society for conducting this program, and especially I am very much grateful to Swamiji for accepting our invitation to be amongst us. Thank you so much. Thank you for the participants.